Allie, Little Flower, coming at you from the great state of Washington, Lynnwood Library. I am last night about 3 o'clock. If you've seen my video, I was harassed by Lynnwood PD, and I used the term harassed because they gaslighted me. Every time a police officer approaches me, you know, I see it as two ways. Me, how to survive, and then the flip side of it is how to teach. Because I don't think that the brothers signed up to partake of the cesspool. I think it was a broken machine before they got there. But, and then they got sucked into it, and then they were siphoned into giving up their morality. But, as it is, the gang stalking happens predominantly at public places, such as libraries. So what I've noticed is that there is a lot of gang stalking, treason presence in the libraries. So you get a lot of these people. This gang stalking panders to people. It is building a society of lawlessness. It's building a society bred to be government grabbers. It's building a society to be bred to be handout recipients of the government. These people they flip coin to wreak havoc in other people's lives. They flip coin to bring mischief, to bring mayhem into other people's lives through illegal surveying, through the psychotic street theater. So, I'll tell you what happened yesterday. You saw what happened about 3 o'clock in the morning. That police officer decided to come pay me a public service at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been at the library for like the last 3-4 days. I spend my days inside the library trying to research my own disposition. And I've been trying to get my computer to run again, which, I have a really nice computer, but it's like blue screen of death anytime you try to boot it. So I'm a can-do kind of girl, so I decided to try to get it to go, and that's where I'm at in the library. I'm very diligent. I'm very industrious. And I know how to try to do things for myself. Well, been in the library for probably about 7 to 8 hours, past 3-4 days. And then so, yesterday, before that cop got there, hello, hi there, thank you for stopping, I appreciate that. I usually don't, look at the comments because I get punked in the comments. And, I'm protecting my heart space. But, I'm having a rough time this morning. I'm in control of my emotions. I'm in control of me. This whole gang stalking thing is made to implode people from the inside out, to cause them to commit suicide. I'll say this. I am not in mind of taking my own life ever. But it does get rough. I've been at this for, ever since the pandemic, people. When the pandemic came, is whenever all of this gang stalking blowed up my life, and it stayed blowed up. This is 2023? For most people, the pandemic was like a chapter ago. For me, it's like a day ago. Because I've been on the go ever since. Been spinning the block, trying to keep it moving ever since. But what happened yet? So please forgive me for not reading the comments most of the time, because I get a lot of the haters who are trying to punk me to loosh me in the comments, which is, to get your goat and everything. But yesterday, this is what happened. I didn't have my cameras rolling at the time because I couldn't find them. Usually I keep them right there with me so I can be Johnny on the spot. Keeping my cameras on me gives me a sense of, I don't want to say security, but it makes me feel like I'm like, Captain, let's go, But, what happened yesterday was I got back to my car after going to this local grocery store, Fred Meyer, to get my dinner. I had my dinner, got in my truck, and I'd already fallen asleep. And then so this guy, I didn't know who it was. A camera starts to shine, right? I'm like, oh, okay, here we go again, right? So, this is my pod. I got a nice little setup back here where I can stretch out my legs and sleep. But this guy comes and shines in light here, like there, and it's like wherever he could find a break in, my parameter of my windows, because I use these lovelies to block it, And I hear, do you have a man in there? No, he goes, is there a man in there? Not, who's in there? Is there a man in there? I'm like, what the fuck? And then so it takes me a little bit to, put my shoes on and stuff. So whenever I finally make it outside, this dude is shining like this light in front of me in my eyes, right? And he was a black gentleman. I use the term gentleman loosely, though. And then I was realizing that this dude was punking me. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And so what happened was he basically, lets down the facade of him trying to play like he's got some position of authority. He goes, did you think I was a cop? Did you think I was a cop? And then, you know what? I'm just all like, at first, on the outside, yeah. But once I had taken a look at him, I knew that he was full of shit. And then, this is where the sidebar gets really squirrely, okay? I don't know if y'all have seen it, but I have videos to where I'm like, if there is FBI out there, if there is CIA, FBI, CIA, whoever the hell, DEA, DEA. I'm like, guys, I'm the template of what could happen when somebody gets gang stalked. The difference between me and the others is that I've survived this long, with the presence of mind to speak up about it and to talk about it, So, but, if there is DEA out there, or whoever, how come nobody comes to help me? How come all of my requests for me to be taken into the safety and sanctuary offered to international refugees brought into the United States has gone unanswered? That's what I have a problem with, because if they are surveilling me, I honestly believe they're just parasiting me. Because I'm divine clickbait. My organs procure over $1 billion from a cadaver. I have the same blood type as the one found on the Shroud of Turin. Turin. You can look it up. But so whenever these organ harvesters circle me, they drive the really nice cars. You kind of see the pattern. I'm just out here like a fucking worm on a rusted fish hook swinging in the breeze for these people to come over here, harass me, psychologically torture me, psychologically abuse me. And the only reason why I'm still alive is by the grace of God. Because this government program does everything to infiltrate your life. This is how bad it is. They can clone your phone, usurp your phone signal, and filter out anybody trying to help you. And then they clone my phone, hack all of my emails, so if somebody's trying to get a hold of me through the email, they can block that. And then they can pretend it's me and then strike correspondence and then deliberately erode any relationships I would have had by pretending to be me. And if that's not even more fucked up, there is an Adobe software called Adobe Voco. Adobe Voco, where they can get a clip of your voice and use your voice through the software and make it sound like it's you talking to somebody when it's not. So, but if there is FBI, CIA, and everything, why did they keep me in harm's way? My whole life has been orchestrated for like since the pandemic. I was gang stalked while I was working at City Ambulance. And then I was gang stalked when I worked at Medical Center Denton in the ER in the hospital. I even had the nurses and the physician participate in the gaslighting of the psychotic street theater. Whenever people go to the hospital, there are gang stalkers in there working. But I just don't understand why any government agency wouldn't come get somebody horrifically being gang stalked, These people are trying to cause me to implode from the inside out. But not to mention, I've been poisoned by like two incidents that I do know of. But when I leave my truck, these people come in and vandalize my stuff incrementally almost every day, every time. And then who's to say they're not leaving poisons in my drinks, in my food products? Leaving, I've had them leave inoculation of pests. Okay, so say you're taking microbiology 101, you have an autoclave, which is your high pressure cooker, and then you have your petri dish of your agar, which is your medium. It's that agar. You can take a sample of whatever bacteria and swipe it on the agar, put it in the autoclave, and it will culture that bacterium. Well, what this program does is that they have another kind of instead of like the agar, it's like some kind of beef emollient they can put with the like insects, like larvae or whatever in it, and dump it in your can, like put it in a can and let that shit grow. That's how far fucked up this fucking program is. It's like the MTV Jackass Awards grew a third head, and now instead of having it be MTV, it's your goddamn government. Your treason government and your treason citizens. I'm at the library, and so one of the biggest places of their hive congregating is your fucking libraries. So when you go inside, you got grandma, grandpa pretending to be, just part of the normal flora in a fucking environment where they're goddamn motherfucking government grubbers getting their grub on by surveilling you or by punking you while you're sitting down, minding your own business. Because one of the favorite punks is to have a conversation beside you and two people talk about intimate details of your life by masking it between them just so they can infiltrate your headspace. That's wicked. And then, you know what? The oppression of that is that in most of these business establishments, you have your government grubbers posted there, like little Centurion militia. This, if they wanted to close out a small venue concert and stack it with government grubbers, they can do that. That's how infiltrated all of this is. Think of like a hobo militia. That's what these people are. But, so, what happened, I got off track because I'm like, I haven't been posting videos because I've been waging a war to keep me happy. And I know that for me to stay alive, I have to speak up and speak out about what's happening to me. That gets rough. Because so many things happen, you don't know where to start. So, what happened with that guy, and then look, here we go. We got, yeah, here comes another shill. Just leave me alone. And then they send people to like street theater. There's a guy out there right now. And then but I know that me speaking up and speaking out about what's happening to me is my ticket to salvation, to stay safe. But so back to my story about that colored gentleman, that black man that came to harass me. This is what happened. So he shines a light around the perimeter of my car, pretends he's like some kind of authority figure. And then when I step outside, I see he's just another civilian, right? And then he's like, "You didn't think I was a cop?" I'm like, I mean, at first I did, yeah. And then so I'm like, after when I see he's a civilian, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Whatever. I'm not going to approach all these gang stalkers with hate. I mean, granted, I have every right to. But it's just not how I handle it. I look at them like lost souls. And so while I'm in the trenches, I try to evangelize them, to get them to have hope for themselves, to get them to see that they've plugged their avatar into the lowest vibratory frequency ever. And if they die, they get sucked into that. Whether or not there's a hell, frequencies are real, dimensions are real. So, with this guy, what happened was, he pulled out illicit contraband and starts to smoke it right there. And then I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I think he said it was fentanyl. I've never seen fentanyl outside of a syringe. I used to give fentanyl when I was working on the ambulance as a paramedic for pain. And when they took away morphine from the protocol, I had to treat fucking cardiac pain with fucking fentanyl instead of goddamn morphine. You get to the ER, they're like, you gave him fentanyl? I'm like, I know. So anyways, I've never seen fentanyl out in the fucking streets because I do not hang out with people like that. So at any rate, I'm like, this guy looks strung out. And so I tried to minister to this man. I didn't look down on him. I didn't talk to him like he was crazy. I probably should have. Instead, I talked to him like a human being, like a mother. Because he's not going to be around anybody that would ever try to help him get his life on track. I might be that only conversation. Far be it for me to try to evangelize one of my perpetrators that is trying to punk me. I am not going to let this program change me. And then he asked if I had a battery charger, and I know what it's like. So instead of sending this man away, I befriended him by letting him use my goddamn battery charger, my portable. And then after that was long drawn, I was like, I had enough. You know what? I helped this man charge his phone to fucking 44%, and I'm tired. And that's it for me. I did my due diligence. And then Lynnwood PD is just right there. You know how I saw it? I saw it as, oh, we got Little Flower on camera talking to a well-known drug addict, therefore she must be a drug addict too, because we have this proof. That's how I saw it. And then when I did my due diligence, I tried to help school this man, asked him what went wrong in life. Why are you on this? Do you ever think about going straight? Getting help and all of that. Then I disengage and I go back in my truck. And that kid is still there. And I told him, I said, I said, you're taking advantage of me now. Please go in peace. Leave me alone, my love. I don't speak ill to people. I speak in love. Even to the people trying to hurt me. And it's not because I'm dumb. It's because I'm trying to help others by helping myself. Because if you speak to somebody in hate, they can't hear you. I know that because I used to suck at being correct. So that guy finally leaves. That guy finally fucking leaves, because he was persistent about me staying out there, about, my stuff. I'd already helped you far more than I should have. It's just I am a humanitarian with altruism in my heart. And then, he still persisted. And then I prayed. I said, Archangel Michael, please bounce this guy. And as soon as I said that, my heart, guy left. And I was like, thank you. I went back to bed. And then that's when I was greeted with the cop from Lynnwood. I have a video on that. So that's what it's like, being a heavily targeted person. I'm still being targeted heavily. Meanwhile, DEA, what's up with that guy? What about your fentanyl? I'm telling you, this cesspool of your gang stalking, it enables all of that. The gang stalking is an underground railroad that enables all of the lawlessness. All of the drug trafficking. You know what? Instead of our treason government feeding into this goddamn gang stalking program that's breeding the lawlessness, they're they're promoting trafficking, human trafficking, organ trafficking, and drug trafficking. I'm like, okay, DEA, police department, what about that guy that came to harass me last night? How come you guys let that guy run around? He had drugs on him. And then he's like asking me for fucking foil. Oh, I saw foil in there. And I'm like, number one, I didn't even know foil was used for any of that till I saw it. Number two, as long as I've been fucking illegally surveyed, I've done nothing like that. But these people will just lie about it. So, I have a lot more to say about what I've experienced. But I just keep my videos to what's been currently happening. So, but, I just don't, I can only ask for help so many times. And I'm sorry when I do. If you can't, that's fine. I'm not talking to you then, okay? I'm pointing my finger at all of the gang stalking constituents out there. I'm talking about the people who participate in the gang stalking that might have a lapse of emotional regret and might want to help instead of hinder. But you guys have to understand all of the phenomenal amount of money poured in to this treason circuit of gang stalking. Why couldn't all of that funds be invested in helping keeping children safe? What about that? Our funds in our country are being acutely misappropriated, as evidenced by people like me out here. Trying to stay alive, trying to bring exposure, trying just to mind my own business. And I'm trying to build a business. At the same time, thinking about things, but I've pawned my business equipment because of my situation. Meanwhile, I'm being experimented on. At any rate, the whole point of my video is really to talk about what happened to me last night with this fentanyl dude. What's the matter with you, police department? You should be protecting me. I mean, if you're police, don't you want to serve and protect the public from the gang stalking? You know what? I understand it was a broken machine, but it helped the girl that's trying to make a change in the world to end the gang stalking. But as far as I can tell, the police department is protecting the cesspool and protecting the constituents of that. You know, for all the drug addicts they sent to me to punk me, they're using the drug addicts' addiction against them. Instead of helping them, they're probably throwing more drugs into them to get them to do their dastardly deeds, to get them to run sideways games at people. They do this to children. They teach children how to do this in their fucking schools. No, I'm not saying they teach it in the schools. They teach the children of the gang stalking parents to run their game in the schools. I've seen them do it at McDonald's. The rest is just logistics. And then, if you really want to look into it, you can go to the Reddit and look in there, and people talk about some of their kids being gang stalked in schools. And then, if you're gang stalked, they even attack your pets with directed energy weapons. I don't even talk much about the directed energy weapons, but that's been a constant. That's why I have messed up teeth, because I've been radiation poisoned since the age of 10. And I'm heavily experimented on at this very moment in time. They want to see what they throw at me, how I react. That's fucked up. At any rate, so for anybody out there that's police department, please protect me. If you are about protecting and serving the society, protect me. I'm just trying to get around. You could stop and ask me how my car is doing. Why isn't it running? Because it hasn't ran right. That's why I've been here. And now that my car's not running right, what am I going to do? I'm just very thankful that it happened in the library so I can go inside and try to fix my own laptop so I can start writing my book and start processing my videos and make them like they used to be, much more professional. But, yeah, that's what it's like here in Auschwitz. I'm gonna peace out for now. And I want to thank everybody who's ever watched my videos, especially when I go live. Because you guys really help me to stay safe. And it gets rough to speak about my story because you don't know where to start. There's so much intricate detail. But I'll just start doing lives just to get it out in pieces because I feel more connected knowing there's people listening and the energy flows better. But don't mistake my tears for depression because I'm not depressed. Ironically, I'm not depressed because I'm a sunny side up kind of girl. I'm happiest helping others. Even whenever the chips are down on me. You know, I'm a humanitarian. I believe true royalty is here to serve the public, not to be served by the public. So that's what I try to do. But thank you everybody for taking the time to click on me. Thank you everybody for taking the time to notice my story and just help me stay safe. I know God has me, and I know when Abba comes to bust me up out of here, he's gonna fuck up everybody who's been Auschwitz real good. My hope is that Auschwitz would turn a new leaf and rededicate themselves to serve the light. Right their own, and just hit a whole new point for me, you know? Because if I'm being watched and helped by any form of government sanction, all they do is just offer me as divine clickbait so they can parasite off me, catch the people, and still leave me dangling in the fucking breeze like a fucking worm on a rusted fish hook. But, I know I need to post more of my videos, more of my stories, because I got much more tales to tell. But, I just want you all to know that to all of my subscribers, thank you so much for taking the time to, just check in, see what's going on with me, for taking a notice and interest in me. I really appreciate that. And, you all mean so much more to me than you all will ever know. Even the haters. You know, it's cool. I do not monetize my channel for 2 reasons. Number 1, the logistics are all messed up. None of what you see as far as like watch time, click time, subscribers and all of that. My channel's been hacked since the beginning. So none of it is real. And then number 2, if none of it's real, what's the point? But more importantly, I just want the message out of there, out into the world. So I'm going to be back And I just want to tell everybody thank you. And if you could like, subscribe, and share, I appreciate that. Because the more people that understand what's going on in their country, I'm just a template, honey. I'm just a template. Because this happens, and this is the covert war has been so good. It's been going on for 25 years, ever since Project Paperclip. That's how well infiltrated it is. And I have good rationale that explains why that's so, but I'll keep that to another video. I love you guys. Thank you. And if you're being targeted, guys, speak up and speak out. Get your stories out there, honey. I know there's implications, but, that's where critical thinking and discernment comes in of what to share. I know we all have work and everything, but the best way to deflect it is to speak up and speak out about it. I had a GoPro that I haven't been using. If you look at my earliest videos from my survival boot camp series that I did, you can see my GoPro in it. But I realized I had to start wearing it again because just to keep the riffraff down, People tend to behave a lot better when camera's constantly rolling. Anyhow, so I'm going to peace out for now, and I'll be back. But thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you so much. And if you're a gang stalker out there, I really hope you guys flip the switch, hit reset, get your soul right. Otherwise, if you don't, you will get mauled by it. Anyhow, that's all for now. Thank you, everybody. I love you all so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.